Hello and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name's Amy. I am the Administrative Services Manager at Bagot. This month, November, is National Pancreatic, Lung, Stomach, and Carcinoid Cancer Month. I'm trying to remember all of those. And I thought we'd take a moment to kind of talk about some of the things that you could do to help prevent these types of cancers. Unfortunately, with carcinoid and pancreatic cancer, there's not much you can do other than kind of the typical try to lead the healthiest lifestyle you can. Eat healthy, non-processed foods, make sure you're getting exercise. That kind of just generally helps prevent all cancers, and that's really the only specific steps you can take towards those. However, with stomach and lung cancer, there are a few more extra steps you can take. Of course, they both need to link back into that healthy eating, and getting regular exercise make a big difference for both of those. However, with stomach cancer, you can also make sure that you're watching your diet of specific things. Diets high in smoked, salted, or processed foods, and especially low in vegetables, can put you at a higher risk for stomach cancer. So making sure to kind of limit those smoked foods, those really highly salted and processed foods, but also make sure you're getting those extra, vegetables in your diet. Don't skimp on those, especially when you are eating some of that other stuff. Limiting your alcohol and tobacco can also help lower your risk of stomach cancer. So again, there's just a couple little things that you can do in there. With lung cancer, 80 to 90% of lung cancer is linked to smoking. So that is obviously the biggest thing. Stop smoking. If you have smoked in the past, we understand that happens. If you've quit, yay. If you're currently smoking, do whatever you can. And of course, it's difficult. I come from a family that has had smokers and have watched them have to quit. And luckily, watching them quit kept me from ever starting. Because I recognized how difficult it was, so I know it's hard. There's lots of services out there that can help you with stopping smoking. So if you need to, talk to your doctor, Google some of those services, see if there's something in your area. But definitely the smoking is going to make the biggest difference. But also keep in mind that secondhand smoke increases your risk by 20 to 30%. So that's a pretty huge risk. So make sure that if you live with a smoker that you're not around them when they are smoking. Ask them to go outside if they're going to be smoking cigarettes. If it's their home and you just happen to be there when they do smoke, leave. I mean, it's such a high risk for you. So you can also have your home checked for radon. There's a big whole scientific thing behind that. I'm going to let you Google it because me trying to explain it maybe might be a little confusing, but you can have your home checked because that is also another thing that puts you at a higher risk. And asbestos, any type of exposure to asbestos puts you at a higher risk for lung cancer. So we all know older homes have it in ceilings and paints and all sorts of different things, tiles. So if you're removing those or having them removed, make sure that you are wearing the proper gear that you need to be doing that and protecting yourself, because it doesn't matter at what point you're exposed, keeps you at a higher risk. So you want to make sure that all of that is removed. And then family history plays a big part in lung cancer. So make sure that you know your family history so that you are aware of what you need to be looking for. And again, I'm just going to go back to our best events for prevention is a healthy lifestyle. It's going to be that nutrition, healthy eating, getting that physical activity, limiting our alcohol, not smoking whatsoever. And then if you have been diagnosed with lung or stomach cancer, we actually have a Bagot bag that is specific to those cancers, and you can order those on our website at bagotcancer.org. However, if you've been diagnosed with any type of cancer, you can order our regular Bagot bag in English or Spanish to help guide you along the way through your diagnosis. So if you have some tips on what's helped you maybe stop smoking, or what helped encourage you to live a healthier lifestyle, maybe you have a favorite activity that you do that you want to put in there, put those in the comments, because again, we all like to learn from each other and share in our wellness, right? I hope you have a fabulous week, and we will see you next week.